The number one rule at Elite Resolutions and Commercial Claims Advocate is answer your phone.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
What's up, advocates? My name is Vince Perri, and welcome to the Commercial Claims Show, and I am so excited about the topic that we have for you today. Today, we're going to talk about efficient communication tools and efficient communication techniques that we use at Elite Resolutions to make sure we are with open communication with anybody and everybody, from clients to contractors to the insurance company. And I'm going to teach you how we do it right here, right now, in 3, in 2, in 1. What's up, advocates? Welcome back to another episode of the Commercial Claims Show, where we are going to teach you something very special, because the idea is to help you transform yourself, help you transform your business. If you're a new public adjuster, you're just getting into this game, and whether you work for a public adjusting firm or you have something on your own, I'm going to make sure that by watching this channel and watching this video in particular, you're going to get better. So let's do it right now. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes of some of the importance of the things that we do and some of the tools that we use to make sure that we are efficiently communicating with clients, communicating with contractors, and communicating with the insurance company. And quite frankly, I'm giving you some really good stuff here, and you can find even more good stuff if you check out a link below. We got a free guide that's called Efficiency Hacks: How Public Adjusters Can Scale Their Time, Business, and Money. And it's all about the operations, the behind the scenes, and the things that you need to ultimately help scale your business, help make you more efficient, and ultimately give you more time, give you more freedom to hang out with family, go and travel, and do what you really love to do. So let's start right now. So the first thing, I'm going to give you some tools that we use to make sure that we are communicating amongst team members, okay? Now, if you're a one-person show, that's fine. But if you work for a public adjusting firm, this is not your own firm, you're going to have other team members that you communicate with, okay? If you're the owner of a public adjusting firm, you have an admin, or you have some other people under you, maybe you have some other adjusters, you're going to want to be communicating with each other. Now, you guys could use whatever you want. You have plenty of examples. You have plenty of different things. But I'm going to give you 3 tools, 2 in which we actually use, 1 we used to use, but I still think is a great tool that we use to talk amongst each other. So the first one I'm going to give you is WhatsApp. WhatsApp is what I personally like to use, and really why I like to use it is because of the voice note feature. The voice note feature makes it a lot easier for me to communicate with people without having to actually type something. Also, it helps if there's a note on the file that I need to put on the file immediately, I can leave a voice note to one of our staff and they can update the file immediately. It makes things a lot easier by simply leaving a voice note. Also, obviously, all the group features, it's a really great way to do it. The one that we don't use, but we used to use, and I kind of thinking maybe we'd go back, and it's basically an instead of WhatsApp. So if you guys use this, fantastic. Quite frankly, it's Slack. Slack is great too. From the minimal experience that I had with it, it was really nice. I just didn't see a point in paying for Slack and also having WhatsApp, me being so used to being WhatsApp. And although I love technology, I do have some times where I'm like just completely technological incoherent. So it became a little bit too complicated for me, but I see a lot of other companies using Slack, and quite frankly, I believe that with Slack, more than WhatsApp, you have a lot more capabilities. So go all in with Slack if you want to use Slack to talk amongst your team. The next one is RingCentral. Now, RingCentral is not a sponsor of the show, but RingCentral is fantastic. And quite frankly, it's what we use to really communicate with clients, right? Because as they call, insurance companies call, it's an amazing phone system. It is not cheap, but it is an amazing phone system that really works flawlessly. When you have an issue, you can call their customer support team, and honestly, they're really, really great. And it's a really great way to really work virtually. So if I get a call that comes in, let's say to the office, and I get it, and they need to speak to one of the adjusters, I could simply transfer right on the phone to their line, and they'll answer, and I could transfer the phone call. It works really, really well. I enjoy it a lot. If you're looking for a phone system, preferably a cloud-based virtual style phone system, in my opinion, there's nothing better than RingCentral. So those are the tools that we use. The next thing I want to talk about is communicating with clients. Now, obviously, first and foremost, I already told you in the hook what our number 1 rule is. It's answer your freaking phone. It's so important to answer your phone because, quite frankly, that's how you get business done. That's how your customer service goes up and is better, and you ultimately just grow your business that way. So communication with clients, make sure that you are communicating with clients. Now, there's a couple things that I need you to make sure that you always are doing, and I'm going to talk about this, is making sure that you're updating the clients. We have an automation, and it's not really an automation. It's actually a template that we have that every time a claim moves from one status to the next, so if it goes from open claim to appraisal or open claim to denied, or goes from lead to claim submitted, there is a template that we have that we get a task to send the template to the client, updating them on exactly where the status of that claim has just gone into, what goes on in that status, and basically what we need from them, if anything at all. It's a great way to keep them informed, let them know that the claim is actually moving along. Now, the only downside to that is if it's in a status for a long time, they're still going to get impatient and you want to keep them up to date. So that's where you fall short. But at the very least, when it moves from one status to the next, there should be an update to the client to let them know, hey, your claim is now in the estimating department and is being estimated at the time. The reason why we don't automate it is because if we go from one and we go back, for whatever reason that may be, it's going to look a little weird with all these automated emails that are going out. It's not that good of a look. Better to create a task or an update or say, hey, a notification, hey, we just moved it to this status, you have to send this email. All our templates are already created, so there's not a whole new email that says, hey, this is what happens, this is that. It's already created, we send it. It looks like a template too, but we inform them on the front end that, hey, you're going to get a template email explaining to you every status of the process. Email link to the clients is still very important. Sometimes we copy the client on an email with the insurance company. Sometimes we don't. It kind of varies. I told you about the templates already. We have a template for every single status of our entire claims process. And then one thing that I'm very excited about, I'm going to give a shout out to Claim Wizard. Claim Wizard has a customer portal. Another great way that not only it makes your job easier because you don't have to update the client all the time. They can just log into their own portion of a portal and they can see what's going on in their claim and see the updates from there. So communication with clients. Don't forget, guys, all this stuff that I'm telling you right now, it's in the link. It's in the free guide that's right there. Like basically, I'm giving it away for free, not only here, but also in a free guide that you can take a look at if you're trying to really get your operations behind the scenes up to the next level. I can guarantee you're going to find one thing in this video and in that guide that's going to make you a lot better. Everybody needs an attorney on their side. So whether you're a public adjuster, a contractor, or anyone else in the insurance claims business, make sure that you have an attorney that you could rely on, that you can go to for questions whenever you need it. That guy for me for the last 12 years has been David Farber. David Farber is the owner of the Farber Law Firm, and he has been there for me from the beginning of my career until now. And I would love for him to be able to help you as well. So make sure you call him at this number here and visit his website so you can learn more about the amazing David Farber of the Farber Law Firm. The next thing is communicating with referral partners, communicating with contractors. Guess what? It's the exact same thing that I just went over with communicating with clients. Every time a claim goes from one status to the next, we have a template email, task goes up, and guess what the task says? Send client and contractor referral email update. Every time it moves to a status, we have a similar email, but more suited for the contractor, saying, hey, by the way, this claim that you referred us, it's at this stage of the process, and here's what happened. We just want to keep you up to date. Contractors love that. That's what contractors always complain about the most when it comes to public adjusters. It's the lack of communication with the public adjuster and not knowing where the claim is going. That's a great way to save that. So we give them an update every status. It's a template email that goes out, and that's that. So that's a great way, making sure that your communication, not just amongst your team, not just amongst your clients, but also with your referral partners. You want more referrals? Keep them up to date. So make sure you build a template email for every status that goes out to the contractors as well. Last one, communication with the insurance company. Follow up with the insurance company every 7 days. Very, very important that you follow up with them every 7 days because quite frankly, what happens? Well, for some reason, claims just drag along, and that's what they do. It's up to you, the public adjuster, to make sure that you stay on the ball and you contact them every 7 days to find out what's going on with the claim and get that claim moving. One thing you have to be aware of, guys, depending on the state that you're in, deadlines. Make sure that you're holding the insurance company accountable to the proper deadlines, to the homeowner bill of rights deadlines, giving the rights to the homeowners on particular days and limits that they have to respond to certain things. Guess what we've got? Templates as well. So we have a template for if the insurance company hasn't responded within 7 days, we have a day 8 email template that we can send out, basically already ready to go, saying, hey guys, we haven't heard from you. We sent an email back here. We haven't heard from you then. If it takes 60 days, it's 60 days for the insurance company to investigate the claim. We have an email that goes out on day 60, say, hey, it's been 60 days. Don't forget this statute. You got to get this claim resolved. So make sure templates are so important. It makes your life so much easier. That's where you really, really shine and make you a lot more efficient. And one thing that I want to do is not only do I want you to download this free guide, giving away all these little tips and tricks, quite frankly, we've got something very special coming up that I may give you access to all the templates that we've already created for Elite Resolutions to take your game to the next level. From this original book that we started selling several years ago, the part that people love the most by far is the templates that we provide at the end, letter templates that we provide at the end of this book. Now, you can still purchase this book online. But what we've got coming is basically an operations course. It's how to ultimately, it's not called operations course. There's a name for it. I can't remember right now. But we're going to be launching that very, very soon. So if you're interested, I just want you to comment operations. It's going to be sick. It's going to be awesome. Comment operations, and I'll shoot you a message. I just will need your email address. And that's going to be very special. For now, though, get the Efficiency Hacks Guide. Okay, it took me a lot of time to put it together. It took us a lot of time to design it as well, make it look really nice, and actually make it short enough for you to get through. It's a lot of information in 5 pages, but I think it'll take your game to the next level. But to take it to the very next level, you're going to want to see what we got coming up. It's going to be pretty exciting. It's going to be a free webinar. It's going to be an operations course. It's going to be awesome. I've already given you too much information. Are you struggling to find a place for your clients to stay after a catastrophic loss like a fire or mold or anything really severe, and they have no place to stay and you don't really know what to do because that's not your line of work? You need to call Tyler at Ready Stays. They're like the #1 ALE company. They've got properties all over the country, and they can match your client with a property of like kind of quality within 24 to 48 hours. Make sure you call my good friend Tyler at Ready Stays and get your client a place to stay with whatever accommodations that they need. Call Tyler at Ready Stays today. So efficient communication and tools, guys. It starts with the #1 rule. Answer your phone. After that, you have to make sure that you're communicating amongst your team, you're communicating to the clients, you're communicating to the contractors, and you're communicating with the insurance company. It is a lot of communication. That goes back to the #1 rule. You're constantly on your phone, whether you're texting, phone calls, or emails, there's always constant communication. And it's with those 4 people you need to keep open communication, even if you have no news. Even if you've dropped the ball on a claim because it's just you haven't gotten around to reviewing it or doing, that's okay. That's normal. You're human. People do that. But the worst thing that you can do is just disappear or just say, God, I haven't really been on this. I should have been. I'm not going to answer that phone call because I don't have any news for them. I'm telling you from experience, and just to this day, it works. I've got some claims that I've not dropped the ball, but it's just taken longer than it probably should. I should be a little bit more on top of it. I'm not perfect either. But open communication. Let them know. And it's going to actually light a fire under your ass to make sure that you go in there and actually look at it, update it, take a look at it, respond to that adjuster's email, whatever that is. Open communication. Answer your phone. I'm telling you, it'll make you so much better, and it'll actually reduce a lot of stress. So that's what we got, guys. I'm really excited about a lot of things that are coming up. I hope you got something out of that video. Open communication, efficient communication and tools, get the free e-guide, and I think you're going to get a lot out of it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the future here. It's going to be awesome. Hope you learned something. Guys, have yourself an amazing week. We'll see you on the next one. Well, I hope you learned a lot of that show. There is so much in store for you in this channel. If you just fall into that rabbit hole, we've been doing this for 4 years. Click on one of these links here in front of you and see how much more you can learn on the Commercial Claim Show.